Can you guys hear me? Okay. Hi everyone. Thanks for coming. Hopefully we get some more individuals to join us this afternoon, but I'll get us started. So thank you all for coming to the Q2 Town Hall meeting. Sherry Smith is going to present our hurricane awareness and preparation, and then Adam and myself will come up here and we'll be discussing our Great Place to Work surveys, talking about our gifts that you guys will be receiving this week, our recruitment fair coming up next month, also talking about our new hire campus tours. You guys probably have seen me walking around campus with the new hires, so we'll just discuss that and what that will look like moving forward. And then we will announce our 2025 Christmas party location and the details for that. And we will close off with our raffle. And it is a summer backpack cooler. So, all right, Sherry, you can come on up here.
Well, hello everyone. I'm just going to talk briefly on what we do for hurricane preparations for home as well as at Vickers. Hopefully most of you, if not all, have downloaded some sort of app for weather alerts, especially in Florida, just to know what's going on and what's happening. It's a great tool. It'll let you know where the hurricanes are and what you should be doing to prepare. So the other thing would be also is to know your zone. That's important because when you get notified, they'll say, okay, zone A and B, you need to evacuate, it's mandatory. So if you have to, say there's a hurricane coming, be prepared if you're going to stay at home. So they suggest you have 1 gallon of water per person per day. And for me, I know I've been caught many, many times running to the store going, oh my God, there's no more water. So now I have plenty of water at home, so I don't have to worry. I make sure I have enough. If I go through a case, I make sure I get another case to replace. That way, less stressful when something does happen. You should make sure you have plenty of perishables, non-perishables to eat, like tuna fish, chicken in a can, because if the power goes out, you want to have something to eat for your family. So, with that being said, you need a old-fashioned can opener. The electric ones will not work. Batteries for flashlights. Make sure all your devices are charged. If you have little ones, consider getting like some sort of glow-in-the-dark items. So if you lose power, you can make it fun for them, and they won't be stressed. The biggest thing with family and here is be as calm as possible. So if you're prepared, most likely you're not going to be as stressed if something does happen. If you're staying or going, if you decide you're going to stay and then something happens and you decide you have to go to a shelter, know where your shelters are. And just so you know, shelters, really, the only thing they're obligated to give you is a place to stay inside. They do not give you blankets, pillows. They will give you food, but I decided to evacuate once. And they ran out of food because way more people came than they expected. So I brought a cooler with me because I know my kids and me, we don't eat a lot of stuff, so we were prepared. But just so you know, if you have pets, find out who allows pets, and the pet's not going to stay with you. It's going to be at a different portion of the shelter. So what do we do here at Vickers? Most of you know we have hurricane coordinators, and each one has a specific job and they know what their responsibilities are. So if you do not have a responsibility, please ask your supervisor what you could do to help, because it's a big facility. If we have to evacuate, we're going to need help, and each department's going to need help loading, unloading. So just get in touch with your supervisors to find out what you could do to help the situation. Sorry about that. So there's 4 different alerts. By the time we're at the second alert, and I have to say, Vickers has a very great plan in place. Like, each alert means something, and the members, we're notifying them constantly on what is happening. So you'll get the emails as well, so you'll know what we're happening at Vickers. But the big thing is, everybody has to evacuate. Nobody is allowed to stay at Vickers, so if the member says, well, I'm not going to go on to the hotel, that's fine, but you can't stay here. So just be aware of that. After the hurricane, I already discussed that, sorry. So after the once the hurricane is, this 800 number will be live, and with that, it's gonna, you'll know like where that we evacuated. It'll let you know when we're returning, when it's safe. You can't, if you're staying here and the hurricane has passed, you can't come the next day to Vickers. They'll let you know. We have a team that will come to assess if there's any damage, and this 800 number, you'll know. I'm not sure how the department heads do it, but if there's, check with your supervisor. If there's a phone tree that you guys have, find out ahead of time. For this year, they're expecting 13 to 19 storms. That doesn't mean, I'm sorry, named storms. That doesn't mean they're all going to be hurricanes and they're all going to hit. But just be aware that there's a lot. We only care about one, and that will be the one if it hits us. Any other ones, we really don't care, but be prepared. Any questions? Adam?
I'm not much of a podium person, and I absolutely hate hearing my voice over a microphone too. But you guys probably remember a couple months ago when we came around handing out all the QR codes with the Great Place to Work survey. I think I held a few of you guys at gunpoint, trying to get you guys to complete it. But we're just going to briefly go over our results for 2025. The last time we did this was in 2023. We alternate every year between Great Place to Work and Navarre, so this was the year for us. And if you can see, we had a 75% rating, so we were very good. And we had a total of 299 participants. In comparison to 2023, we had 233. And also we had a lot more folks who were eligible, 416. So we're growing as an organization. And it's very exciting, and you can kind of see how that might impact how our numbers kind of came out this year. But the Great Place to Work survey, I think we all deserve a round of applause because our organization did get this achievement. And I think that's a true reflection of how Vickers is. We're empowering folks, giving them a voice, letting them know that we care, and that the changes or their feedback is valued to where we're able to make changes for the future. And you can see here, this is a list of some of the topics that were that we had improvements in or successes in. So you can see this is a physically safe place to work. The purple is what we scored this year, and then in 2023 is the green below. And then we had, when you join the company, you are made to feel welcome. I feel good about the ways we contributed to the community, and I am given the resources and equipment to do my job. Then we have management is confident in running the business, and this is a fun place to work. So, all great feedback. This is just broken down as an organization, everybody, all the departments combined. I know some department heads have their feedback, but if you're interested in just having, seeing what dining services looks like or health services, we can provide that information for you to where you're able to take back to your team to make, an impact there. But overall, very well. And we're just a little bit lower compared to where we were at in 2023, but no huge red flags. We didn't have any big dramatic drop-offs in terms of, the feedback that we received, and I'll show that here on the next slide. But yeah, pretty awesome. And we actually, I'll show you here later in the slideshow the reward that everybody will get. So here are areas of improvement. As you can see, there's just a few percentage drop-offs compared to 2023 to 2025. I offer training or development to further myself professionally. Management keeps me informed about important issues and changes. And we just did our first town hall meeting at Oak Ridge this morning, which I thought was very beneficial. Everybody really enjoyed having that. That's just a small step that we can do to make different. We have a special and unique benefits here. Management shows a sincere interest in me as a person, not just as an employee. Everyone has an opportunity to get special recognition. Management has clear view of where the organization is going and how to get there. So these are just a few points to reflect, and like I mentioned, this is just about with Vickers overall, and you can get your own department's feedback too if you want to see where you stand. And there were a couple key points that we also gained feedback on how to improve, some of these numbers. And within the survey, our folks mentioned promotion to those who best deserve them. Statement number 2 to improve these was management delivers on its promises, and people are given a lot of responsibility. So people want to take on more. They want to be cross-trained. And I use this terminology back over at Vickers. So they want to be like a Swiss Army knife. We want folks to be able to go in multiple roles within their department, be effective, approach your managers, and say, hey, I want more on my list. This is where I want to be at professionally. We want to be able to grow our own because they're our most valuable asset, right? And then lastly on the, I don't want to harp on the downside things because there were so many good, but another percentage that we received was 30% of our team members experienced low trust in the work environment. So out of the almost 300 folks who took that, it was 30%. And to break that down a little bit farther, out of that 30%, 4% felt like they were checked out, 12% want more, like I mentioned, want more responsibility, and 14% are at high risk. It means in terms of wanting to leave the organization and get employment somewhere else. So in light of this, of us getting this achievement, back in 2023, we received, I think we did beach towels. This year we got backpacks. I got a sample here for you guys. And what we've included are the dates and times that we're going to be passing these out to everybody who participated in the survey. I think we're just going to hand them out to everybody, right? So we're going on Thursday, which is tomorrow, we're going to be in the Sawgrass classroom from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then at Oak Ridge from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then following at the end of the week, we're going to be at Sawgrass classroom on Friday from 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. And then Oak Ridge from 2 to 5. And then we want to be able to accommodate everybody, so if you have PRN folks part-time, they can direct them to our office. We know if they work nights, we can come in more in the morning or stay late in the afternoon and make sure everybody gets their look back. But, I think it'd be nice to take it to the beach, pack your lunch in it, whatever you need to do. So that wraps up everything with Great Place to Work. And then now we have a really exciting event that's coming up. And I think this is the first time that, since I've been here, that we've done something like this. So to kind of help expedite the recruitment process, we're going to have a recruitment fair. It's going to be held here, actually, in the auditorium. And I think it's going to help expedite just getting people in the organization. We're going to be able, if you want to hire somebody on the spot, we're going to have computers set up where folks can complete their application online, submit their offers. And the great folks over at the Wellness Center are going to accommodate us too in terms of getting their physicals and their drug screen and all that good stuff taken care of. And then also ScanMin. And the times that are designated up here, the first session is going to be from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. And then the second session is going to be from 3 p.m. to 6 p.m. We wanted to really accommodate everybody's work schedules, to where we had open availability throughout the day. If somebody was working and wanted to transition into a different role. And then the great folks over at ScanMin are actually going to carve out time to make our folks a priority to get them in. They need a level 2 background check to, get them pushed through. And then obviously if they don't need a level 2, they need a level 1. You can do everything right here on site. So pretty exciting stuff. And we have a list of departments who are currently going to be involved. We have dining services, plant operations, health services, and security. And if you're a department and you're not on this list, just let us know. We can carve out some time for you guys to set up a booth. And just as a friendly reminder, referral bonuses for nursing staff, $500. So if you have any friends, family, who are nurses or in the healthcare field, definitely direct them our way. And then for all other staff positions, $350 after their 90 days of employment. So we just want to make sure that we give out that incentive to everybody. And then also on the HR side of things, we're reaching out to other organizations to help get the word out, because we want to get a good turnout. We want to fill as many positions as possible with highly qualified people. So. Thank you guys. Appreciate you listening to me.
Alrighty, so like I mentioned, for our new hire orientation update, we are trying to add more oomph to it because right now, and really what's been happening is they're just on their computers all day, and so we really want to make them feel welcome. And so something that I have incorporated is campus tours. So you might have seen me over the last 2 weeks walking around campus with new hires. So I appreciate all of the department heads, all of the staff here that has really made the new hires feel welcome. I think it's really important. So I really just wanted to specify this and let everyone know that when you see us on Tuesdays between 11 a.m. and 12 p.m. to really just say hello to the new hires, ask them their names, what department they're working in, of course, if you have time. But we have designated times to meet with the department heads. But it is nice for just us as employees to just say hi to them and just welcome them here to Vickers. All right, I know this is why everyone came today. We all want to know the 2025 Christmas party location. We don't have a table here because over at Oak Ridge we did a drum roll. So our 2025 Christmas party will be at Deer Creek Country Club. It is in, I thought it was Big Meadows, but I guess it's Southside. And so it's about 25 minutes here from Vickers, and it will be Friday, December 12th from 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. And I put on here attire formal. I have questions at Oak Ridge. By formal, I mean essentially what you would wear to a wedding, like as a wedding guest. It doesn't have to be like full like ball gown tuxedos, but formal dress up. And it'll be a cocktail hour, buffet dinner, there'll be a live band, so it'll be inside and it'll be outside. Everyone is welcome to have +1s as long as they are 15 and older, just because that is our age where we hire is 15 and older. We're just trying not to have any children at the party. And RSVPs will be mandatory. So a week before the party, I do have to send in RSVPs. So closer to the date, I will send out more information. But you do have to RSVP, whether it's for you or for you and a +1. If I do not receive a name and a +1 name, unfortunately, we cannot accommodate you because I do have to have the exact amount of individuals, and I have to have a name sheet for the security office over there because it is gated and they will ask for names and identification. So everybody has to RSVP. If you do not, you cannot attend. Any questions for the Christmas party? Okay. And then this is a campus reminder that Elizabeth wanted me to share with you guys. It's just a reminder to be mindful of our speed when we are arriving on campus and when we're leaving for the day. There just was a couple comments that were made in regards to people speeding, and so we just want to make sure that we're being mindful when we're coming and when we're going. And then we have a raffle prize. It is a cooler backpack, and Bruce is going to deliver good news and bad news.
$041,685 for our big winner. Sandra.
Now you can't say it anymore. Now you're a winner. All right, do we have any questions, concerns, comments?
One question.
Yes.
Those referral bonuses which you were talking about are those for only full-time employees or also people who work?
Say that one more time, I'm sorry.
Referral bonuses
so referral bonuses are for full-time and for part-time. The only difference is if there are nursing staff, it's $500, and the other staff is going to be $350, as long as they have worked 90 days. Any other questions? Okay, well, thank you guys for your time. We appreciate it.